One thing I wish people knew more about POTS would be that just being in the standing upright position causes reduced blood supply to the brain, and one symptom of that can then be really bad migraines because the brain just isn't getting the adequate blood supply that it needs, and that then brings on really bad migraine attacks in some people with POTS.
One thing I wish more people knew about POTS is that it's such a dynamic disability. Not only does it vary from person to person, but also your symptoms and quality of life can change so much between just different days or even hours. 6 months ago, I was using a wheelchair, I couldn't really leave the house alone, and now I'm back at university. I haven't fainted in 4 months and I'm living life to the fullest. Be patient with your body, advocate for yourself, and celebrate the small wins. Bye!
Not everyone with POTS experience fainting. Everyone has different symptoms, like sore stomachs or headaches.
Hi. The one thing I wish everyone would remember about POTS is it is an invisible illness, and I might look okay from the outside, but sometimes on the inside I'm in lots of pain. I might be having palpitations, I might have a really bad headache, I might be feeling really dizzy, I might feel like I'm going to pass out. And more often than not, I'm feeling very, very sick. I just don't always share those feelings. But it's invisible and you can't always see that.
After so many years of having POTS, one thing I'd like people to understand is that there's more to my life than having POTS and other conditions. Whilst I do not have a perfect life, I have skills and abilities I can offer to the world. So when I see friends, I don't want to just talk about POTS, but about the other interests I have and activities I've been doing. It's another way of wanting to be accepted by the world, regardless of my POTS.
Hi, my name is Robin and I have POTS. And one thing I wish people understood more about POTS is that it isn't just a heart rate issue, and that it can affect your entire neurological system, your digestive system, your entire body in different ways, and that it can present itself differently in different people.
My one thing that I wish more people knew about POTS is that no 2 days are the same. Some days are worse and some days are better. By better and worse, I don't mean physically better or physically worse, I mean having more or less energy, being more or less able to do things on different days. If someone with POTS is able to do less one day and more the next, it doesn't make them a faker and it doesn't make them any less sick than they are. It just means that sometimes they are capable of doing more and sometimes they need a bit more of a break.
It's amazing we have a POTS Awareness Day. I think the biggest thing that I struggle with is that during the day, even completing mundane tasks, my heart rate can increase to 120, 130 beats a minute, and it can stay there for hours, and encompassing that with a dozen other symptoms which are extremely debilitating. So people from the outside looking over, they see relatively healthy, able-bodied people, but we're seriously struggling both mentally and physically.
What I wish people understood about POTS is that it affects me differently each day. Some days I'll have little to no symptoms, and other days I'll be affected quite severely by my symptoms. But I don't want it to ever stop me doing anything. I just need adjustments in place sometimes.
What would you like people to know about POTS? One of the biggest things for me is that it's known as a fainting disorder. Not many people faint. However, I am someone who does, unfortunately. As we know, the POTS can affect your stomach, it can affect your brain. A lot of people get brain fog, so there's quite many symptoms that people should be aware about. So it's best to do your research before making assumptions.
Hi, my name's Emily and I was diagnosed with POTS in August 2024, and I wish the one thing that more people would know about is that there is currently no cure for POTS. So like myself, I know a lot of people still work and try and carry out daily activities where possible, but some treatments, can fail. I've tried many treatments that haven't worked, and that there is no cure. So while we're trying to carry out these activities, it sometimes feels like we're fighting a little bit of a losing battle.